Alright, we've got 2 packages. Let's see. Trying to figure out how to get my fingers in here so I can break this open. So I guess this is pretty simple. Just going to be careful about that. And everything else is what it is. Oh yes. Haven't you heard? I'm Sakamoto. It's a funny name. That's not anime. It's Japanese, but not anime. Or maybe it's Japanese. Maybe I can't tell the difference between Japanese and Korean. I don't know. Or maybe even Vietnamese. Sometimes I feel like, though, you can tell the difference between Japanese and Chinese. I don't know. Let's just pile this up here. And we've got a couple of other things on the side. First of all, there's that to the pile. Spider-Man Homecoming technically arrived last week. I just didn't notice it because I was in another package which had birthday presents in it, so I wasn't going to show it on YouTube. And I got Fire Emblem Warriors for the Switch. I haven't fired it up, so no comments. I also picked up some Breath of the Wild figurine, or Amiibos. Yeah, kind of because I was just purchasing stuff from GameStop while there. You know, I try to patronize them when they do Pokemon events. And I went there a couple of times. Although not all for myself. Anyway, that's a budget. I don't know what I'm thinking. Let's just get this open with. So, not much to comment on this. Put this over here. Let's just dig right on into the innards of Volume 7 here. We're getting close to the end of the stuff that could maybe be called the first season. I thought maybe there was talks of maybe another season or more of it. I don't know. I haven't looked yet. All I know is here, and I'm curious what these cards are. I want to watch the episode, but keep putting it off. Well, these seem more stereotypical monsters than usual, don't they? Or sometimes mermaids are called monsters. Sometimes, I don't know. They're not. Come on, get in there. Try not to bend this paper unnecessarily. Oh well, next up we got Fate Grand Order, First Order, which is, I'm not seeing regions, I'm seeing English and Japanese stereo, so 72 minutes. What the hell kind of release was this in the first place? Hold on. Okay, we've got this little thing. I guess that can be tossed because this looks solid. Don't know much about Grand Order. There's a lot of duplicate artwork. I see this says Blu-ray down there, and this says compact disc right there. So we got one disc and Taking Back Our Future. Is that what it's about? Stuff. I'm not going to look too closely. That said, this franchise feels a little nuts. Maybe not overboard, I don't know. But there's a lot to it now. Interesting. So this is literally a part of the slipcase. Oh well. Alderamin on the Sky. I have no fucking clue what that means. I'm very curious about their designs. Is this a historical kind of thing? Heroes only die of overwork. I don't know what it means. You may carry. And these outfits, I don't know, make me think, okay, this is probably more of a fantasy sort of setting. Actually, technically, if it was historical, it probably wouldn't be very accurate given, let's see, 1, 2, 3, so half the team is women, which, you know, wouldn't have been as common in the past. Maybe these mean more based on the content. I see 2 DVDs, DVD episodes 1 through 7 and DVD episodes 8 through 13. Then these should be 2 Blu-rays. I'm just kind of checking to see if I can find numbering 10 through 13, and if I could actually rotate this one. Now if I could actually read it, episodes 1 through 9. And then we got an imagery. I'm kind of curious what it's about, but I don't know if I'm going to make it that far. I did notice, you know, it's not saying on the back. This is a Funimation release, right? Okay. Regions A and B. English dubbed. Okay, so that means there's a chance that I would just watch it for the sake of watching it. We got Flying Witch. You know, this is a Sentai release. There is a limited edition version, and I think somebody asked about me and limited edition versions, and for Sentai I've been generally avoiding them because they release so much later. And you know, I've had instances in the past where I bought an anime just before some company went out of business. Now I think there were signs ahead of time, but you know, for something that I might want to watch, come on, get off of me. Stupid plastic. I don't know, because this is also my watch stuff, so I can't watch it if I don't have it, and I don't know, that just usually makes me prioritize getting the version that comes out first. And with Sentai, you just have to bank on the non-limited edition releases, even if they're scheduled similarly. I see this one's English dubbed. I guess that makes sense because there was a limited edition version coming out, and they usually spend a bit more money on the series if they're spending a bit more money on the series. And for a while there I was thinking this was more Strike Witches, but I can't remember what the additional of that is. So you can see disc 1, same arts, and disc 2's same art. So disc 3 here is unique to the DVD version. Is that a Moby Dick? You may think I'm referencing Moby Dick, but I'm actually referencing an anime about a Moby Dick. I don't know. Okay, so this is a Funimation thing. Okay, that's a guy. I was trying to process, but for some reason I just couldn't take my eyes off of his eyes. This is actually The Simple Life Just Got Things. Okay, so he has ears. And we got a little thing there. So I'm guessing he's like, I don't know. I kind of want to read, I don't want to. Region A only. English dub. So I could probably just find out whatever. Oh, Servamp. So yeah, it should be vampire sort of stuff, but that's not vampire. If that's vampire, then that's like the weird werewolf vampire guy from Hellsing. Or rather, Hellsing Ultimate, I guess. Depending on whether or not you're talking about the manga. I'm assuming it's accurate to the manga, but the later anime at least. Okay, so before we look at that, what do we even have here? Ooh, shiny stickers. Shiny stickers. So is there a mix of vampires and werewolves, or do all the vampires just have werewolfy features? Actually, now that I think about it, I can't remember the name. Now I remember the name, but I probably shouldn't say. I can think of another anime with weird werewolf and vampire-y sort of mix-ups. Hey, now that looks like a vampire cloak. What the fuck is that? What is it? Blu-ray 1, Blu-ray 2. Okay, that's kind of interesting. DVD 1, DVD 2. So the Servamps are all different colors for some reason. Okay, that looks like it's primarily an artwork book thing. Interesting. Last but not least, Bleach Set 3, Blu-ray Set 3. Region A, should be dubbed. It'd be really weird. First of all, Viz just doesn't do much subtitled only stuff. Second of all, this isn't their first release of Bleach, of course. You know, they released it on DVD, dubbed for as far as I know the whole damn thing. Stuff. 4 discs, going up to episode 83. Where did it start? 56. So that's 20 something. I guess 27 episodes. Which at 56. This is probably ever so slightly less than the previous 2 on average. I don't know what they were per, but whatever. Yeah, this is fine. This week's anime DVD collection update. Okay, let's see. It's been a week, I guess. It wasn't bad. I don't know. Maybe it's just been a bad week this week. So, I watched, finished watching Kuromukuro. Kuromukuro. Whatever. I think I hadn't quite finished it. I'm not quite sure what to think of it so far. There's nothing about it that screams bad, but maybe there's nothing about it that screams good. Which I guess is probably right about where it's rated. It's not bad. It's entertaining. The only problem is volume 2 is I think right there. So I'm taking this as a sign that I should start bringing down this pile of processing stuff. Like I have a pile over there of stuff that needs to go somewhere where I'm gonna do to watch stuff, but also Monster Musumei's on the top over there, and I need to process that because that was a high priority thing. You got Real Life and Hinako down here. I don't know, that's all stuff. So I started watching Orange, and it's an interesting show. I couldn't really tell from what it was what it would be, but it was an okay rated slice of life, so I'm like, okay, I'll start watching, and so far I've kind of liked it. It's playing around with an idea that I've seen before, but usually they try and make something like that more overt, whereas for us, they're keeping a very slice of life. And I don't know if I really want to say what it is, because, it was a kind of interesting surprise going into the first episode, knowing it was doing that, and seeing where it's gone with it. It's like, it's not ruining the shoujo slice of life aspect with the thing. I guess ruining isn't quite, so more like it's not interrupting it with this other idea, which is very interesting. But I don't think I've finished it yet. In fact, I'm pretty sure I haven't, on the count of the fact that I haven't finished it yet. But outside of that, what else have I really been doing? I don't know. I know in Splatoon 2, I finally got around to taking advantage of all the Super Sea Snails I did and some specific grinding. So I finally created a set that I wanted that has 3 perfect items, 1 for each of the ink economy related things. So I've got something that's ink recovery main with 3 ink recovery subs, a main saver, an ink saver main with a main. I can't even think of the right words for all that stuff. Dragon Ball Xenoverse, I have finally slowed down a bit on that. I mean, I could go back and play that, but there were other things I kind of wanted to do. And playing that just disrupts my evening enough where I can't possibly make a dent on this stuff. But some of that doesn't matter because I've been making a couple more Super Mario Maker levels. Not that anybody's going to play them, but no. I kind of want to put these ideas I have down if I have them, and I kind of enjoy the concept. So, yeah. I can't think of anything else besides that to really talk about. Especially since I probably shouldn't start up anything too big, because Mario Odyssey comes out on Friday, assuming that hasn't been delayed or anything like that. Yeah, I guess I can't think of anything. Yeah. So, with any luck next week, y'all will know what I think about that. Y'all, have a nice one.